Have you been cracking your head for ages on how you're going to read your favorite book? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Rachael Wanogho, also known as Rayche Riches. And if you're a returning subscriber, good to have you back. And if this is your first time on my channel, great to have you here. I hope you join the Rayche family by clicking the subscribe button and also clicking the notification bell, so anytime I post videos, you'll be the first to know. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips on how to read a good book, either fiction or non-fiction, under 5 days. Before I go into my tips, just a few statistics to help you get started. The average human being reads about 200 pages worth of text within 5 hours, which means if you take 45 minutes in a day, you can read a 200 pages book within a week. But your goal is to read a book within 5 days, and that's because you probably have a target of reading 4 books in a month, and it is very easy for you to attain your target. So the first thing you need to consider is to divide your book into sections. So tip number 1 is divide your book into sections. Now, why should you divide your book? Dividing it is going to help you mentally prepare ahead for your goal. Now, you want to treat your reading of that book as a job or as an assignment that you have, or a task that you have to accomplish. So when you divide it into sections, let's say for example you have a 30 chapter book, divide it into 5 days, which means you have to read 6 chapters in a day. And then it means for you to finish reading 6 chapters in a day, you have to set aside 3 hours in a day to read. How is this possible? Well, you're going to take some section in the morning, sections in the afternoon, and an hour at night before you go to bed. So I have a free planner that is gonna help you track down your reading. I'm also gonna place it in the description box down below. So this 5-day planner is gonna help you start your 5-day goal of reading, and you'll find out that by the end of the month you would have accomplished all the amazing books that you have probably accumulated, and you just haven't yet found the time to read them. My number 2 tip is to set up a reward system for yourself. Now, in my previous video where I talked about 15 tips to stay productive in this quarantine period, I talked about how that you need to set up a reward system for yourself. Now, setting up a reward system entails you having sort of like an award to give yourself when you're done accomplishing that task. So say for example you've already divided your book into sections and you already have chapters that you need to finish reading that day. What I want you to do is to decide what your reward is going to be. So either your reward is going to be a favorite TV series that you need to catch up on, or social media, you need to spend about an hour or 2 on Instagram or Twitter. Set up a reward system that you will look forward to, okay, so that when you accomplish your goal, you can actually say, oh, well done. And if it's ice cream that you want, why not? You can also set up that reward system for yourself. Setting up that reward system will give you a sort of mentality that, okay, this is a job I really have to do. And when you're treating your reading as a job, remember that at the end of the day, if you don't accomplish it, no TV for you, no social media for you, and you might probably get fired. I'm kidding. Number 3 tip is to place your mobile phone on airplane mode or even switch it off. Now, I know for some of us this is going to be quite impossible because we have to receive work calls, but this is for people that you really do have a 5-day goal to attain. And even if you're working in an office or in a corporate establishment, you can still like set up, a time within your day. Just look at the time where you don't have any appointments and set it aside that, okay, within a particular hour to another, this is my reading time, and I do not want any distracting calls. I do not want any distracting messages. So all those messages that's going to pop up from your social media accounts, they wouldn't sort of like bother you when you're going on with your reading. So it's very important for you to either switch off your phone or put it on airplane mode, especially when you have a 5-day goal for you to finish reading that interesting book. So let me know if this is something that you're gonna try in the comment section. Comments below if this is a tip you're definitely going to try. Again, you have a goal to read a book in 5 days. It requires determination and accountability and discipline. So as much as it's gonna hurt, you really have to place that phone away. Keep it, tuck it in your cupboard and read that book. Tip number 4 is to eliminate regression. Now, regression basically is the habit of you going over a particular text over and over again, and this happens when you have read a section and you just completely forgot where you left off. One way you can help yourself is to get bookmarks or markers or even a pen to place it in between your book. This would help you take account of where you stopped, and you can retract your steps back to that point and start again. I notice that a lot of people, when they are reading, they go over a chapter again and again just because they don't even remember where they last left off. So it's important for you to get a very good bookmark or a marker or a ruler to place it within your book nice and clean, so that when you're ready, when you're on a break or when you have an hour to spare, you can go back to your book and take it up from there. If you're someone using reading to improve your writing or your vocabulary, I know that a number of us would want to take notes and sort of like identify the difficult words in the book so that we can go over it. I do that. I just once I see a word in a book and I have no understanding of what it means, I check the dictionary and then make sure that it fits into the sentence. I understand what it means and I understand the sentence that I am reading. But for you to reach your 5-day goal, I would rather advise you not to do that. Better still, take notes of the word, but don't check it at that moment. Okay, so when you're done reading your book, then you can then go back and read it immediately. Why I say so is because a number of times when you go out of the book, you distract yourself. True. And that takes me to my previous point where I said you have to switch off your phone, put it on airplane mode so you don't get distracted. You have a goal to read your book in 5 days. So take note of those difficult words, and then when you're done reading the book, you can then go back and then understand what it is you have read. Okay, my last and final tip is for those of you who do not have a car, but then you're gonna get a car very soon. And this is when this whole shebang, this whole lockdown is gonna be over very soon, and you're gonna have to be going back to work. You probably sometimes will be stuck in traffic. Is to take advantage of your moves, leaving the house and all the way to the office. The average Nigerian, especially if you're living within Lagos, spends almost about an hour in traffic. And within the hour in traffic, these are the things you're probably doing. You're probably listening to the news. You're probably listening to music. You're probably thinking of your boss that has been frustrating you. You're probably thinking of so many things. You're probably thinking of the conductor that is shouting. So if you have headphones, plug it in, but make sure that you use that 1 hour for you to get to the office to, read or basically use an audiobook to get some chapters into your head. That way you can also reach your 5-day goal. In addition to reading whilst in traffic, you can also take advantage of bathroom breaks. Bathroom breaks are not the time for you to tweet away. They usually say the best of them do their best thinking on the toilet seat, which is not entirely bad. But instead of thinking your time away, you can also use your bathroom breaks to get some paragraphs or some chapters into your head. I know I definitely do that. So it's something that you can do, especially if you have a 5-day goal to read a book. I really hope these tips were very helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video if it's helpful. Don't forget to comment. Let me know of any other tips that you might probably have tried to help you achieve your reading goals. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell. Make sure you click all so that anytime I post videos, you'll be the first to know. I am also on Instagram at Rayche Riches. Feel free to send me a message or follow me on there. I do, post highlights of my day. And then if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to help you. Make sure you watch any of my 2 videos on the screen or some in the description box. And don't forget to download your free 5-day reading planner. Make sure you download it. It will definitely help you. And let me know if it does help you. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.